So the people who has not gone through it, it would be kind of a brush up for them, which we will be quickly doing it. Okay, so I'm straight away jumping into the system and we'll create an enterprise structure. So people who have already gone through it, and we have also a lot of experienced people also here. I would be asking questions to you related to that assignment which you have given yesterday, the videos which you have given yesterday for the enterprise structure. Okay, so when I am creating a company code, I will also brush up and explain quickly, and I will also ask you for the people who have gone through so that they can pitch in and they can explain their learnings which they have got from the videos. So let me quickly jump into the system. And in today's session, so what we are going to do, so far we understand the process, we understand the basic concepts of SAP. Now the next thing which we need to do is we have also done an end-to-end process flow. So we understand how the interfaces work. So that part, the Fiori interfaces work, how the GUI interfaces work, what are the transaction codes, how we can done a complete process in SAP. That quick things you know it now. Now we are jumping into a little bit more details. The scenario which we have run so far with the standard SG05 or 1710 company code, now we will try to do the full scenario with our own enterprise structure, with our own master data, and we'll do all the configs, all the basic config in system, so that we can run a cycle from purchase requisition to the invoicing. So let's do it quickly. So let me go into SPRO. So SPRO is the transaction which we'll be using it. For the configurations. SPRO. SAP reference IMG. And then I would be going here in the enterprise structure. First question to you guys, what is enterprise structure? What is enterprise structure? Why it is required? Very clearly defined, very clearly explained in our training session, in our videos which I have shared, but I would like to hear from you. What is enterprise structure and why it is required?
Well, enterprise structure give you the structure of your business, where you can structure, organize your business in a SAP provided fashion. And the most important requirement is reporting. You can
Reporting.
do reporting.
So for reporting requirement, we require enterprise structure. What else?
And also you can use this element in different area, like purchase organization under plant under storage location.
Mm-hmm.
You can
Okay.
structure your
Find the geographical location and
Structure of organization. So basically the enterprise structure, when you are running a company, any company you are working with, it has some structure, right? In a structure, it has a multiple geographical locations, it would be there, multiple legal entity would be there, it can have a 3-4 different companies, it works in the pharma sector, it works in the chemical sector, it works in US, it works in Canada. So multiple kind of a structure would be there. It can be the geographical structure, it can be also a different segments of the business which is working. So within this structure, you would be having a legal company. Within the legal company, you would be having a multiple plants would be there where you are manufacturing it. Multiple distribution centers would be there. Multiple places where you are manufacturing and then stocking the goods. Okay, and multiple departments would be there. You would be having one department responsible for sales. You would be having one department responsible for production. You will be having a one department completely responsible for procurement, and within that also they would be having some hierarchy structure. So that structure in a physical business which we are having a structure, if you want to run an ERP is just a mirror of your physical operations which you are doing, right? So you need to also build that structure in ERP. So that structure, your business structure, is called enterprise structure in SAP language. So what thing it will help us to do it? One thing is that reporting. It also would satisfy some legal requirements.
Legal requirements. Okay.
Yes. So you will be having some legal requirements. You will need to set it up your legal company, and all the reportings. The reportings would be two kind of reportings, which is the legal compliance. As per the legal compliance, you need to publish that reports, which is coming out from your system for a particular legal company. Okay, so that kind of reportings would be there, and then there would be reportings, operations reportings would be there. There would be your management reportings would be there. You said that I did a buying of 50,000. I did a buying of 50,000 of what? I did a buying of 50,000 in my particular segment in US. In US, I have done a buying of 50,000. Within the US, I did a buying of 50,000 US dollar in US for the raw materials segment. Okay, so that is the reporting structure it is required. So that reporting structure is initially get built from the enterprise structure. Okay, so that enterprise structure will help us to build that reporting structure. What else benefit will be having it from the enterprise structure?
So what is the legal compliance? Can you give me the example of the legal compliance?
Legal compliance example is your balance sheet,
Okay.
which you want to get it generated. You want to get your balance sheet generated, which need to go into your, if you are a limited company, you need to get it displayed. You need to get it circulated with all of your stakeholders. So that balance sheet reporting need to be come up from your SAP system, because all the transactions is happening there. And the structure of the your SAP enterprise structure should like that it should fulfill your legal requirements, and how that balance sheet need to be created, for which legal company need to be created, that should be available as a company code.
Very good.
Control. It would also help you to control it, right? So when you are having a big company, you have a business in US, you have business in Canada, you have business in another places, you have business in India. You want to also control in respect of viewing the information, or control in respect of giving access to the system. So which we call in the SAP language roles and authorizations, right? So that control also we want to put in place. So this org structure would also help us to control your process, to put your roles, to put your authorizations in place. So this is the major advantage of the enterprise structure which we'll be having. It's mandatory to have it, okay? Without having your enterprise structure in place, you will not be able to do any transaction in the system. So there are some mandatory information you need to put it. If you're doing a purchase, let's say if I'm doing a purchase order I'm creating, what is the mandatory org structure elements we require it? We have all created purchase order, right?
Purchase organization, company code.
Purchase
Purchasing
organization, company code,
Purchase group.
purchase group,
vendor.
Plant.
plant. Vendor will be coming as a master data. Plant you need to mention in the line items. So these would be the set of org elements in the sourcing and procurement. So we'll be focusing on sourcing and procurement, guys. Although there would be a lot of another enterprise structure in other modules. So for our purchase order, this is the org elements which is mandatory to have in place, which we need to get it. So apart
Storage
from
location.
storage location, yeah, storage location is also your enterprise structure. Apart from giving you control of authorizations, this org structure would also be able to give you the control on the process you are doing with the help of configurations. So once you do this setup, and after doing this setup, you would be able to do it that for a particular plant, the process should be A, the particular plant, the process should be B, the multiple things which you can do it, the multiple configurations which you can do it. For a process, you will see that a lot of configurations is at the company code level, a lot of configurations you can do it at client level, a lot of configurations you can do it at your plant level, so that the process in a plant A can be a different process for a plant B. Okay, so that kind of things, configuration changes, you would be able to do it at that particular organization level. So this is the basic of enterprise structure. Type on the chat window that you got the basic. Just type GB, got the basic in the chat window if you are clear with the concept that what is the enterprise structure. Quickly. Okay, thank you guys.